wee vlog real quick. It'll be quite random. Yeah, in a sec. Let's get this party started. Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Savethefreak. Obviously, not been vlogging for a while. Whatever. We're just going to ignore that fact and continue as normal. Okay, so I'll tell you a random little story. The other week at work, everything's perfectly normal. I'm just a waiter, and I'm behind the bar. This guy comes up to me. He's on the other side of the bar. And he's got the receipts. This guy's middle-aged, in his 40s or something, I don't know. And he's got the receipt in front of him, and he's with 3 friends who are all a bit younger than him, and their table has been ordering things like sambuca and stuff like this. So he's on the other side of the bar, he's got the receipt, he's got it in front of him, and he's got lots of notes in his hand. And he says to me, can you change a 20 for 2 10s? So I say, yep, sure. And I go and get 2 10s for him, bring it back, he gives me a 20, and I used to work in a nightclub. It's drilled into my mind that when I get a note, I hold it to a light to check that it's genuine, because we always had lots, well, we didn't have lots, but we had a few not genuine notes and we had to check them. So it's automatic that I do that now. And so I did that, I held it to the light real quick and it was fine, and I just went, okay. But the guy looked at me and was like, and he started swearing at me in the next few things that he says, but I'm not going to repeat exactly what he says. I'm going to replace them with child-friendly versions. So the guy looked at me and he says, what the fudge are you doing? And I said, oh, well, I'm just checking it's genuine. It's just a habit of mine. And he starts looking all through his notes, like taking the mick out of me, going, and I'm like, okay, right. So I just walk over and I put it in the till, just ignore it. So then when I go back, he's still there, he's got all this money in his hand, and he's got the receipt for his table in front of him. So, and you don't pay me at the bar for the receipt, you pay over at the cashier's desk. So I say to him, I just look at him, I just go, oh, you pay for your bill over at the cashier's desk. And he looks at me, and he's got this bit of change on top of the receipt that he's got in his hand, and just out of nowhere, he just yells at me, I've already paid for my bill! And then he throws the receipt at me, and the money, the coins that just hit me in the face. And he starts yelling, and he starts swearing at me like, I've already paid my freaking bill, what the fudge are you talking about? And then his friends behind him, they start swearing at me, they start joining in, they're calling me rather derogatory terms. It's all completely out of nowhere. I'm just on the other side of the bar going, you might want to calm down and stop swearing, there's children present. This guy's in his, I'm sure he's the kind of guy who's got a family, he's got children, probably drives a car. So, I mean, he's swearing at me, and all his friends behind him are swearing at me, and it's just mad. And they've thrown money at me. I don't understand at all. Hello, cyclists. Hello! Bastards. So, yeah. And then they just kind of walk out, I guess. The story isn't very great, but it's just so random that out of nowhere, this guy throws money at me, starts swearing at me. Obviously, they're all drunk, and on sambuca and all that kind of rubbish. But anyway, I thought it was an interesting story to tell. But at the end of the night, I didn't mind, because, frankly, I got a tip. He threw money at me, and I just put it in my pocket. I just went, okay, thank you. I'm used to this kind of behaviour, to be honest. If you're working in a nightclub, you get far worse than that. But anyway, that's my story. Am I black? Am I black? No, I'm not black. Am I back to vlogging? Yes. Basically, yes. Carl Sutton with me as always. Don't wave. If you'd like to know why I've not been vlogging for the past century, feel free to message me. Otherwise, I'm not really going to bother explaining it because it's pretty dull and boring. Anyway, hope everyone's well. Feel free to tell me ideas for things you might like to see. I don't know. I've got a bike. Yay! Enjoy. Ooh, dear.